Hello, and thank you for joining. I'm Kristen. This is Emotion Code and Body Code for Health and Abundance. My intention for this session is to release the energy of pathogens and toxins so that we can strengthen our immune system. And I will also release trapped emotions so that we can be open to receive abundance, more abundance in our lives. And for anyone who is new to this works with the subconscious mind and energy. And so I will be muscle testing to find the energetic distortions of the toxins and pathogens and trapped emotions. And as I find them, I will clear through my governing meridian like this, and that guides our bodies to release the energetic charge of the emotions and distortions. So let's just take a moment to ground and connect, and we can get started. So you can sit any way that you like, and just close your eyes and take a deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Take a deep inhale and bring light into the crown of your head. And send it down through your body, down through your spine, down through your legs, and down into the center of the earth. And exhale. And take another deep inhale. And feel yourself surrounded with light. And exhale. And let's just do a little bit of movement before we begin. So we'll do some shoulder shrugs. You can place your hands on your legs and inhale as you squeeze your shoulders up to your ears, and exhale, relax. And powerful breath through your nose. You can go at your own pace. And if you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes. Make this your last. Inhale deeply. Squeeze your shoulders up to your ears and retain the breath. And when you're ready, exhale and relax. So I'll start the session. And this is energy of a pathogen. So this is energy of a fungus. So this could also be yeast or candida. And I'll clear this. Release the energy of this fungus from our bodies. Another energy of a pathogen. And this is a bacteria. Release the energy of this bacteria from our bodies. Another bacteria, the energy. Release the energy of this bacteria from our bodies. Okay, energy of a fungus. Release the energy of this fungus from our bodies. Energy of a virus. Release the energy of this virus from our bodies. Okay, and this is an energy of a biofilm. So this is the film that viruses and pathogens create to protect themselves. Release the energy of this biofilm from our bodies. And energy of a pathogen, this is a bacteria. Release the energy of this bacteria from our bodies. Okay, and then this is a prion, it's a misfolded protein. And these tend to build up in the brain and the nervous system. Release the energy of these prions from our body. And a virus. Release the energy of this virus from our bodies. Another virus. Release the energy of this virus from our bodies. And prions. Release the energy of these prions from our bodies. Okay, a fungus. Release the energy of this fungus. Okay, and this is a virus. We release the energy of this virus from our bodies. And a biofilm. Release the energy of this biofilm from our bodies. And bacteria. Release the energy of this bacteria. And a biofilm. Release the energy of this biofilm. And a bacteria. Release the energy of this bacteria. Another virus. Release the energy of this virus. Another fungus. Release the energy of this fungus. Okay. Mold. Release the energy of this mold from our bodies. Another virus. Release the energy of this virus from our bodies. A biofilm. Release the energy of this biofilm from our bodies. And a bacteria. Release the energy of this bacteria. Okay. This is metabolic waste. Release this metabolic waste from our bodies and instruct our bodies to eliminate it. And microbial poison. Release this microbial poison from our bodies. And metabolic waste again. Release this metabolic waste from our bodies. Okay, this is electromagnetic radiation from Wi-Fi. Okay, we release these EMF toxins from our bodies and instruct our bodies to repair any damage that we experienced. And a microbial poison. Release this microbial poison from our bodies. Another microbial poison. Release this microbial poison from our bodies. Okay. And I just want to take a moment to realign our magnetic fields. Okay, we realign our magnetic fields. Okay, this is taking me to a trapped emotion. Okay, this is grief. Okay, we release this trapped emotion of grief. And this is vulnerability. Release this trapped emotion of vulnerability. Another virus. Release this virus from our bodies. Another fungus. Release this fungus from our bodies. Another virus. We release this virus from our bodies. And this is an emotion. Of defensiveness. Release this trapped emotion of defensiveness. So we may go back and forth between the emotions and the pathogens, and defensiveness can block us from receiving too, but defensiveness also affects the lungs and the colon, so they can be connected to health issues. Okay, this is a fungus. Release the energy of this fungus. And energy of a virus. Release the energy of this virus. Okay. Another virus, we release the energy of this virus. And a biofilm, we release the energy of this biofilm. And prion, and release the energy of these prions. Okay, this is a heavy metal toxin. It's aluminum. We release this aluminum toxin from our bodies and instruct our bodies to eliminate it. Okay, and arsenic. Release this arsenic toxin from our bodies and instruct our bodies to eliminate it. Okay, more aluminum. Release this aluminum toxin from our bodies. Okay, and this is a stress hormone, excess cortisol. Release this excess cortisol from our bodies. And a microbial poison. Release this microbial poison. And a virus. Release this virus from our bodies. And another pathogen. This is a bacteria. Release the energy of this bacteria. Okay, a food toxin. A food toxin from GMO food. Release this GMO food toxin from our bodies and instruct our bodies to eliminate it. And a prion. Release these prions from our bodies. More prions. Release these prions from our bodies. And a virus. Release this virus from our bodies and instruct our bodies to eliminate it. And another virus. Release this virus from our bodies. Another virus. Release this virus from our bodies. And a fungus. Release this fungus from our bodies. And prions. Release these prions from our bodies. And a bacteria. Release this bacteria from our bodies. Okay, I'm going to move on to the emotions. Okay, this is unsupported. Release this trapped emotion of unsupported. And low self-esteem. Release this trapped emotion of low self-esteem. Anxiety. Release this trapped emotion of anxiety. And lack of control. Release this trapped emotion of lack of control. And sadness. Release this trapped emotion of sadness. And grief. Release this trapped emotion of grief. Okay, humiliation. Release this trapped emotion of humiliation. Okay, bitterness. Release this trapped emotion of bitterness. And stubbornness. Release this trapped emotion of stubbornness. Shame. Release this trapped emotion of shame. And hatred. Release this trapped emotion of hatred. Worry. Release this trapped emotion of worry. And resentment. Release this trapped emotion of resentment. Anger. Release this trapped emotion of anger. And betrayal. Release this trapped emotion of betrayal. Terror. Releases trapped emotion of terror. Sorrow. Releases trapped emotion of sorrow. Okay, insecurity. Releases trapped emotion of insecurity. All right, dread. Releases trapped emotion of dread. And worthless. Releases trapped emotion of worthless. Okay, failure. Releases trapped emotion of failure. Unworthy. Releases trapped emotion of unworthy. Okay, this is another trapped emotion of grief. Releases trapped emotion of grief. And grief and sorrow. It releases compound trapped emotion of grief and sorrow. This is another compound trapped emotion. Heartache. Heartache and longing. Releases compound trapped emotion of heartache and longing. Okay, another emotion of grief. Releases trapped emotion of grief. And longing. Releases trapped emotion of longing. Another layer of another layer of worry. Releases trapped emotion of worry. And grief again. Releases trapped emotion of grief. And unworthy. Releases trapped emotion of unworthy. Anger. Releases trapped emotion of anger. And frustration. Releases trapped emotion of frustration. Panic. Releases trapped emotion of panic. Defensiveness. Releases trapped emotion of defensiveness. And terror again. Releases trapped emotion of terror. And fear. Releases trapped emotion of fear. Insecurity. Releases trapped emotion of insecurity. And unworthy. Releases trapped emotion of unworthy. Defensiveness. Releases trapped emotion of defensiveness. And worthless. Releases trapped emotion of worthless. Okay, one more. This is trapped emotion of grief. Releases trapped emotion of grief. Okay, I'm going back to the physical imbalances. Okay, a virus. Release the energy of this virus. A parasite. This is just the energy of a parasite. Release the energy of this parasite. And energy of bacteria. Release the energy of this bacteria. Another bacteria. Release the energy of this bacteria. And a biofilm. Release the energy of this biofilm. Okay, this is taking me back to rebalance our magnetic fields. Okay, we realign our magnetic fields. And a prion. Release these prions from our bodies. And another bacteria releases bacteria from our bodies. Okay, and this is the EMF toxin coming up again. It's the same thing, the Wi-Fi toxin. We release this EMF toxin from our bodies and instruct our bodies to repair any damage that we experienced. Okay. And another virus. Release this virus from our bodies and instruct our bodies to eliminate it. Okay, a prion. Release these prions from our bodies. And let's see if we can release one more emotion before we finish. This is a compound trapped emotion. Helplessness and anger. Release this compound trapped emotion of helplessness and anger. Okay. So since the magnetic field misalignment came up a few times, let's just take a moment and do another grounding breath. So close your eyes and take a deep inhale and exhale completely. Another deep inhale. Bring light into the crown of your head and send it down through your body, down through your spine, down through your legs, and down into the center of the earth, and exhale. And we'll finish with chakra and meridian balancing. Okay. We reset the alignment between our spirit and physical body. We reset the communication between our spirit and physical body. We reset the energy field of our hearts, and we reset the communication between our spirit and physical heart. We reset the communication between our heart and our brain. We reset the left lobe of our brain, the right lobe of our brain, and the corpus callosum of our brain. We realign our crown chakra, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral chakra, and root chakra. We realign our governing meridian, conception meridian, magnetic field, and aura. Okay, thank you.